We've done every new Super Mario Bros. Wii level without collecting a coin. We've got all the secret exits, we've done every World 9 level, and we've done every coin battle level. I know this game inside out now, so it's finally time to stop hiding and find out how many coins it takes to 100% one of my favorite 2D Mario games. I've set myself the bonus challenge of completing the research, execution, script writing, and editing of this video within 48 hours, with the objective being to upload the video bang on New Year in UK time. To allow myself to do this, I'm allowing save state in any location I want. We're looking at the theory today, basically. All the footage you see today was still recorded and performed by me, but yeah, there was some assistance of task tools, basically. As a quick refresher, the only thing that counts as collecting a coin is increasing the coin counter. So even though star coins have coin in the name, they don't add to the coin counter, so they aren't the type of coins we're avoiding. If you need an analogy to make this work, think of it as a very messed up and unrealistic fishing challenge that doesn't make any sense. You can't get goldfish, but you can get clownfish, even though they are both clearly a type of fish. Now I've made you more confused, let's finish this, revamped style. Due to there being so many star coins, I'll be splitting this video up into two halves. The first half, we're going to talk about everything which I was able to complete without collecting a coin, provided that it's interesting enough. And in the second half, we'll talk about everything I wasn't able to complete, along with 2-player mode solutions. Let's get going. As always, we're starting in World 1. We need to grab ourselves a propeller suit as soon as possible so we can do a precise jump into the first star coin. Then we need to lose it again so we can get past the coin at the beginning of 1-2. Timing this twirl is extremely difficult, and basically luck-based, so have fun with that. In 1-2, we can access star coin 2 with some quick footing around the brick blocks. You have to be super careful though, because there are invisible blocks guarding the P-switch, and we don't want that. Star coin 3 is super risky too, as we have to throw a power block to drop all the coins to the ground. Thankfully, we can take shelter under the blue bridge platforms, then wait for all the coins to despawn to complete this level in full. 1-3 is a little less friendly. We can reach star coin 2 without much issue, but in order to leave the area, we have to get through this downward facing pipe. Using a mini mushroom, we can wall slide and enter the top of the pipe without collecting a single coin, but getting a mini mushroom is a little difficult. The easiest way would be to get one from 2-2, and when we do that, we can finish everything off. In order to get the secret exit, we have to use Yoshi's Flutter to get past the off-screen coins, and then dismount at the last possible second. This is super easy with a propeller mushroom or a mini mushroom, but if you didn't bring any power-ups, you need to utilize the momentum glitch. If you jump with Yoshi and let go of the D-pad when you have the momentum, you'll flutter much further. This was fixed in Mario U and Mario Maker, but we can still do it here. But really, go and get a power-up, it's so much easier. In 1-5, we have to get star coin 1 in the middle of the ultimate coin gauntlet. Not only are there coin blocks circling the screen, but there are also invisible coin blocks lined up underneath the star coin. It's not too bad to ride up and wall jump out, but we need a mini mushroom to fit through the gap onto the main level. While it's possible for Mario to fit in 1 block wide gaps, coin hitboxes are a little larger than 1 block, so we'll still collect them without the aid of a mini mushroom. Finally, 1-Castle had a problematic star coin at the end. You're supposed to hit a P-switch to turn the bricks into coins, but it doesn't take a genius to work out why that's a bad idea. If you grab yourself a propeller from the bonus room located above this cog, you can bash through the bricks yourself instead of relying on the P-switch. Very epic. World 1 was as easy as can be. I already knew what I was doing from when I said I was going to do this video last year, and then I didn't. World 2 is where the fun really lies. In 2-2, the first star coin is located at the bottom of this quicksand pillar. To get there, you're supposed to activate a P-switch and collect a very large amount of coins. Thankfully, we can use a multitude of power-ups to simply ground pound through the bricks and move on. The second star coin requires us to throw a power at the perfect time to land it on the platform below. In this instance, we have to hope RNG is nice enough to give us enough space between the regular coins and the star coin. You can't get this without the power blocks due to the space between the coins being too narrow. In 2-4, we have to dodge all of the coins blowing in the wind, which is annoying enough as it is. Trying to do that in combination with getting star coin 3 was just obnoxious. Let's go back to star coin 1 a moment. Assuming you don't hit the invisible block surrounding the vine, you're met with a Kaido block gauntlet. I've marked the safe spot in red, so just hit the vine block and move carefully. 2-5 is a pretty close call with these rotation controlled coins, but 2-6 is where stuff gets dire. The second star coin is located at the top of this massive sub-area, and everything else is basically just coins. After much trouble, I figured out a strategy. Firstly, grab a mini mushroom and use the bouncy clouds to get enough height to reach the Koopas. Then rid yourself of the propeller block if you still have it, then do a perfectly timed ground pound through the swinging coins. Then, continue to ground pound as soon as you leave the bouncy cloud to avoid heading back into the cyclone. This was incredibly difficult to pull off, but it's possible. In other mini mushroom related news, getting into the secret exit requires us to ride a flame chomp to the top of the level so we can squeeze into the red pipe. Honestly, it's a lot harder than it looks. And then we have 2-Castle, just as annoying as it was in Pacifist. We need to bring either a penguin suit or an ice flower to break the bricks at the end, which is fine and all, but the third star coin is far from it. We have to activate the P-switch to turn the coins into bricks, and somehow avoid the coins without the small hitbox of the mini mushroom. By breaking some bricks before using the P-switch, you can do a very precise jump between the coins while the P-switch is active, then jump towards the coins as the timer runs out to get away safely. Kinda surprised I worked that one out, to be honest. But with that, we're on to World 3, a beautiful, snowy world of coins. So, not really that beautiful, is it? In 3-1, we get the first star coin by sliding through the exit bricks and cancelling our slide before reaching the entrance ones. Later in the level, we have to lose our power-up so we can make the world's tightest jump through 2 coins on a slope. Okay, maybe not the world's tightest. I mean, this one with Yoshi in 3-2 is a close competitor. After decimating the Ice Brothers, we can move on to the game's first ghost house. I love Boo and all, but I don't really like ghost houses. Look at the super inventive star coins in this level. We have one in a wall, very cool. And then the second one is, in a wall. And then the final one is, well, it's in the damn wall, isn't it? Level design, everybody. For 3-Fortress, we have to start with the propeller suit, but bring a mini mushroom in reserve. The propeller suit is required for the first star coin, but the mini mushroom is required to do the second half of the level. After reaching the checkpoint, I waited for the timer to run out, then re-entered the stage with my mini mushroom. This gave Mario a small enough hitbox to bypass the coins and continue with the level. Anyway, 3-4, the secret exit, which isn't very secret, is pretty easy. Just grab yourself a propeller suit to deal with the coins before the checkpoint. When you reach the red switch, it's just a case of bringing the power back from the end of the level to despawn the coins by the pipe. This lets you waltz on through to the not so secret exit, which is actually quite secret. You know the worst part of doing a run like this though? Having to put effort into vertical auto-scrollers. Nintendo picked mostly levels that I hate to put multiple exits into, and 3-5 is no exception. It's already really annoying to deal with the rotation-controlled coins in combination with the fire piranha plants and rotating mushroom platform, but adding star coins into them makes it a little bit far, don't you think? Then you can relax, because 3-Castle is pretty free. Once you get past the coins at the start of the snake block, it's smooth sailing. The big icicles fall depending on the location of the snake block, not depending on the location of Mario. So if you stand between these two early, you can bypass any scary jumps and cruise on through. It's beach time, it's water level time. It's not bedtime though, because I'm still writing about World 4 at 3 AM when there's 9 total worlds and a recap to talk about. 4-1, grab yourself an ice flower, freeze the piranha, and then grab star coin 1. Everything else is pretty simple, but I'm me, so I overcomplicate the star coin 2. Here's the clip. Okay. 4-2, more like 4-poo. Get it? God, I need sleep. It was fine, but 4-Fortress sucks a giant fireball with these coins near the start. Honestly, any power-up that gives you extra height is a big yes for this sort of thing. Then there's levels like 4-4, which just suck because they're boring. To make up for it, 4-Ghost House was genuinely hard. It's another one of those levels where you're meant to make a pass with the P-switch, but I really don't want to do that. So I grabbed myself an ice flower and carried a scaredy rat to the brick block to allow myself through. It was way harder than it needed to be, but it was possible. In 4-Castle, the first star coin is a little problematic, and we need to flip behind the fences. The fence flippy majig is loaded with coins though, and for some reason you collect them automatically upon committing universal flip-flop. Thankfully, grabbing the very edge of the grid allows you to skip the coin and get the bigger coin. Oh, and 4-Airship stinks, by the way. Ah, it's good to be home. One of the few worlds we visit in any % challenge runs. After all, it's the home of Wiggler. We all love Wiggler. He is very cool. Wiggler helps us get the lost star coin in 5-2, which is very generous of him. And hey, 5-3's brambles weren't too bad either. Grabbing a propeller from the roulette block made everything extremely easy to overcome. Heck, even 5-Fortress wasn't all that bad. Even 5-4 of all levels wasn't that bad. So of course, the stage to ruin everything would be the one that we never see in challenge runs. Stupid 5-5, the power block star coin that had to fall onto the jumbo rays. The amount of RNG luck needed for this star coin is absolutely insane. If I wasn't using save state, I genuinely think this stage would have taken several of my 48 hours due to the slow auto-scroll and overall difficulty of the jump. It's possible though, shockingly enough. Thanks World 5 for being a short one. No thanks World 6 for not being a short one. In 6-1, we have to land in this tight space between the coins by grabbing onto the stone ledge. Shockingly, the propeller suit is not a viable option due to the hitbox being too big for a section later on. You have to drop off the climbing stones onto the horizontal paratrooper, then land a perfect twirl to reach the destination of destiny. From there, there's yet another super precise jump with your back to the wall, and a super precise bit of bullet bill parkour to reach star coin 3. The joys of spike levels. In 6-2, we have to stop the Spinies from hitting this brick block, and it'll automatically collect a coin for us if we don't. Look, in my defense, anything is cool in comparison to this star coin, where you just sit and wait for single pipe to appear for 30 seconds. The coins on the rolling hill spin at a different speed to the rolling hill itself, so you're likely going to be waiting for much longer than 30 seconds. In 6-3, we need a mini mushroom in order to get through this gap after raising the water level in the end. Very exciting, isn't it? 6-6 is one of my least favorite levels in the game, with top spot going to 5-4. And it didn't make matters any better when I decided to put a star coin in a narrow cave littered with coins. You can grab a power block to try and despawn them, but the jump to get up is incredibly precise and annoying since we didn't bring that spring that we're meant to get. Oh, and 6-Castle's like giant fireball as well. What is this jump? Why can I even stand there? Why do the bricks move like that? This is so dumb. World 7, the land of fluffy clouds and the smaller fluffy clouds which spit smaller fluffy clouds at you. Also the land of weird moving blocks with piranha plants on them because logic doesn't exist. Firstly, 7-1. You need an item to gain height if you want to get here, and all I had was an ice flower, so one-sided wall jumps were my option of choice. To do a one-sided wall jump, you must shoot a projectile shortly after jumping off the wall, then spin back at a very precise timing. It's got a pretty decent rhythm to it, so with a bit of practice you'll be scaling walls in no time. Moving swiftly on, I did whatever this is to get the first star coin in 7-3, floundered about with the bob-ombs in 7-Fortress, and headed to 7-6. It's always been a meme on this channel that 7-6 is one of the worst levels, but it wasn't that bad. Now I have a propeller, even getting the star coins took pretty minimal effort. What didn't take minimal effort was this jump in 7-4. Look at that! My chat told me I couldn't do it, but as usual, they were wrong. Nah, just kidding, they aren't wrong about everything. That's what I tell them so they feel good about themselves. Oh, and there was a cool jump in 7-5, and another one after the checkpoint. And then there was this cool jump in 7-Castle where I had to duck beneath the coins so I could use the big dryburn to break the bricks. World 7 had a lot of cool jumps. Shoutouts to World 7, dude. And World 8 wasn't actually as bad as I expected. The levels themselves are as nightmarish as they always are, but the star coins weren't really any additional effort. Honestly, the only thing worth bringing up here would be 8-Airship. There's some annoying jumps with the propeller here, as Mario's hitbox is too big to use the screws coinless. Thankfully, the coin boxes at the end aren't too much of a threat, as we can warp right out of there before the game realizes what shiny objects have just been placed in our path. See, my coin counter is fine. Man, what a success that was. We did pretty well for ourselves with those coins, didn't we? Beat the game without picking up a single coin. But nobody cares. So what if we beat the game without a coin? We have 2 shiny stars, but we need all 5 if we want to complete this challenge. For the rest of the video, we're going to be discussing all the really annoying star coins. Some of these are impossible, so brace yourselves. And of course, this includes levels of World 9. Bring it on, revamp style. In 1-1, the second star coin had a pretty massive issue. See if you can figure it out. But yeah, that star coin ain't coming to us coinless today. If we give mini mushrooms to both Mario and Luigi and stack them on top of each other, some well-timed jumps can get us the star coin with only 3 total coins. In 2-Castle, although we were able to escape, we had to leave the first star coin behind. This is because you can't fit through the coins without a mini mushroom. I put Penguin Luigi in a bubble. That way I could quickly squeeze through the coins and have Luigi take over for the final portion of the levels. No coins required. In 4-3, there's a secret bonus area which requires the mini mushroom to access. Inside, there's a heart made of coins with a star coin in the middle. The game knows what it's doing. We're literally leaving this level with a broken heart. But it's not as bad as the airship. Remember when I said it sucked? Well, Star Coin 2 was the tame bit. See this crate guarding the 3rd token? Well, if this crate is broken in any way, in any capacity, it automatically adds a coin to our coin counter. Oh, this one's fine. We literally just need a 2-player to get a star coin on the castle. You know what's worse than 1 crate coin? 4 of them. 6-a-goddamn airship had 4 crate coins. In 8-3, this coin is just blatantly lying around before the last star coin. With a mini mushroom, we can minimize our collection total to just 1, but it's still extremely gross. With 10 disgusting coins overflowing from our pockets, let's discuss the final 8 courses of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. First up, 9-1. It's not that bad. Second up, 9-2. It's not that bad. Third, 9-3. Very bad. There are 3 star coins, as always, but the P-Switch maze is the worst of all. The ideal solution here would be to use the penguin suit through any vertical columns and ground pound through any horizontal rows. But the bricks on both sides of the levels are protected by ceilings which are 2 blocks off the ground. We can't work with this, as it isn't actually possible to ground pound in the space with a power-up that would actually allow us to break the bricks. This means that it's required to collect at least 1 coin here. Okay, now we know that, how do we collect only 1 coin? Well, firstly, we need to bring both the mini mushroom player and a penguin suit player into the area at the same time. Our penguin suit player, Luigi, can barely break the bricks and force the P-Switch to fall to the ground. Mini Mario can then squeeze through the gap, then Luigi can bubble over to any of the brick walls. After sliding through, Mini Mario now has a clear shot with the P-Switch to run and collect a coin, allowing both players to now continue when the P-Switch runs out. Anyway, Luigi can just plow through the remaining sets of bricks and we can head out of there. Next up is 9-5, and it's another multiplayer level. We need Mario to bypass a set of coins near the middle of the level and another near the end. He also helps us collect the first star coin, which is awfully nice of the guy. Penguin Luigi is needed for the final star coin. We have to free to Fuzzy and use him as a platform to access another Fuzzy, but we don't have much time to think as we have to be crouching to avoid the overhead coins. 9-6 is easy enough, and 9-8 is your typical 9-8 madness. No. It's 9-7 time. Many consider this to be the hardest level in the game, and while I normally wouldn't agree, it's utterly horrible for the coinless challenge. Let's get this out of the way. There's a very obvious coin requirement for Star Coin 2. The main question is whether we can somehow get this star coin without any coins. We need 2 players, doesn't matter who, as long as one of them carries a propeller suit. We can't slide on in through the gap at the top, but we can do a very precise jump with the propeller suit to go from underneath. So how many coins does it take to 100% New Super Mario Bros. Wii? 12. That's not actually too shabby. Across the combined 12 hours it took for me to stream this challenge, only 12 coins were found to be unavoidable. Look, I've been working myself to death here, so if you're new, I'd really appreciate a subscription if you wouldn't mind. I'll continue to push this game to its limit all throughout 2020. So so at least consider it for me.